Okay, so we have strip heater out. We're going to do a couple different things to just kind of do some heat forming of plastics. We have acrylic and styrene. So the strip heater, you would typically possibly want to draw your line that you're going to bend. The machine's already on. You're going to lay it over this element that's inside here and slowly start to heat it up. It takes several minutes, so every now and then you will flip. You'll watch it kind of sag as it does. Keep flipping it, and eventually you will have enough heat there that it will start to become pliable. We're not quite there yet. So if you had to keep it at 90 degrees, you could set that up on something and wait for that to cool down. The only problem with bending in this nature, it still hasn't set up yet, is we end up with a little curl out on the ends here. But it does give you a nice gentle radius due to the thickness of the material. The next one I want to show you is, we're getting there, I have a line drawn on this piece. So what I have here is the setup of just some flat boards that I'm going to utilize to get a nice crisp 90-degree edge without that radius in the corners. So I have my line drawn, I'll lay that down, lift up, and then wedge the board up against it. We've cooled off enough to show. Got a lot tighter radius in there. That's two different ways of getting a nice radius on the strip heater. You can start heating up over a larger area if you need to on the acrylics. You start laying them over a form if you needed to get a specific radius. The other thing, styrene, you could do it with acrylic, but styrene works really well because it's a lower melt temp material. But you can start doing free-form stuff if you want to. So here I'm trying to heat up a pretty large area so that we can bend it over this piece of tubing. And then by rotating to the other side, you're kind of cooking from both sides and it will heat up evenly. So we can then be able to wrap that if we wanted to. Or in this case, we've heated enough to do kind of a small section there. There are other times when, if you want to, you can clamp this into a structure and heat that and start pushing objects into it. We've seen students in architecture do some pretty cool things with taking wooden balls and kind of pushing and morphing that surface.